Okay.
Hello. All right.
So,
Welcome to episode 1 of The Talks.
the already instant upgrade from our welcome episode is huge.
We've got some better lighting, some
We've
microphone.
got some you know how at the start of that episode I was like, oh, we should have some like microphones. It's happened and
Inspired.
it feels as good as I thought it would feel.
We've also got a tripod stand for our phone. We're not recording on a laptop.
We're not recording on a rubbish laptop. We've got our reading lamp from our bed that has somehow manifested into like the studio light of our dreams.
So yeah,
So, yeah,
let us know.
Basically,
If you're watching this, if anyone is watching this.
3 people, 1, 2,
and our mums. But yeah, so we're just throwing stuff out there basically.
We're throwing it at a wall.
We like talking. We like the topics we talk about, and we feel that they hold importance in this world. And to get more people talking about it, the better.
Yeah,
Just start
literally.
discussing. Just start expanding our knowledge. And this is motivation for us to go into our knowledge as well, isn't it?
It is. I love it. It's nice to just have intentional, meaningful conversations and then put it out in the world.
Like, we just had a fat chat, and we were like, we should have just recorded it now.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna kind of repeat what we said. I wasn't really in the mood for doing this.
No,
We were
neither.
both a bit blocked.
We were feeling some creative,
some sort of way, which we will get into, but not too much detail, will we? And it's relevant to what we're talking about anyway.
Yeah.
So we can just start, I reckon.
It started with ants.
It did start with ants. So we have some ants in our house, right?
We have more than just ants in our house.
There's a few ants, right?
We also have a mouse/rat.
That someone let in the
very
house
willingly,
because she's got such a beautiful heart, bless her.
Yeah, the mouse. This is a tangent, but the mouse was being held hostage and tortured by our residential cat, and I just could not witness it. So I had to shoo the cat away, bring the mouse inside, and then I just felt he was in such a state of shock that I just was like, I can't fathom putting you outside right now. So I literally just wrapped it up in a blanket in our house and then just left the house. Obviously came back, he had recovered and moved, and 3 months later,
Still,
it's absolutely running a
we've
rampage.
got these ethical traps where it's like a trap door, but it's actually not a mouse. It's a rat, I believe. It's huge.
It's big. It's quite big,
and it's rummaging through our stuff.
Yeah.
And we've set this ethical trap, but I don't think
he's so smart.
It fits in it. And yeah, it is actually very smart.
It's very smart rat.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So we got a rat as well as ants in our abode. But not only is it just like in our abode are the ants, but it's right next to our bed.
Yeah, they're like right next to our bed.
And Lucy woke up one morning.
Which is crazy.
And there was ants all over our pillow, inside the pillowcase.
It wasn't inside; it was outside the pillowcase. But they were literally like on one side of the pillow. It was just covered in ants, and it was quite like shocking to see. I was like, "What the fuck?" So I took a video and sent it to Ryan.
And the other day, my water bottle was just open on our bedside table. There was so many ants inside of it.
Yeah, because you have like sugar in your electrolytes, and they're like really
not just
attracted.
That, they just are thirsty as well.
Yeah, so there was literally like a trail of ants up into Ryan's water bottle.
And I'm pretty sure I swallowed one the other day because I didn't wash it out properly. Then Lucy put a coffee in on the bedside table today, and within minutes they were swarming. And from the point where the ants were on the pillow, I was about ready to poison them, spray them, get them the fuck out. just solve the issue. Like, I don't want ants around my bed. I don't want to wake up in the morning and there being ants all over me. Like, I've got a bit of a boundary of that. Like, it's just not what I want in my house. That's my standards. So upon hearing about the coffee situation today, I was like, right, Luce, we got to get rid of the ants. And you were very opposed to it because it's poison, like right next to our heads. I get it. I would just poison them and then clear around afterwards if that's,
Yeah, I was reluctant to having the like toxic fumes in our bedroom, but I guess mostly it was just like, oh, like I don't want to kill the ants. Like
they're not doing us harm.
they're not crawling all over us in our sleep. Let's
They have
be
potential
clear.
to,
They have potential to,
and
but
if
they're
that does
not.
happen, and I've got
If that
work
does
early in the
happen,
morning, and I'm up at like 1 a.m. and there's ants all over me, I am not sleeping that night, and
no, that would be
me
horrible.
for the next few days.
That would be horrible.
So
yeah, basically, we've come up against a difference of me not wanting to kill the ants and Ryan wanting to kill the ants.
and that was me driving home today. We're having
That was you driving home.
and so there's been this blockage between us now.
Yeah.
Like it's been, I've compromised by not killing them yet.
Yeah,
and
right.
I'm just gonna see how it goes because I used to be like Lucy. I remember I never harmed a fly on purposely, and that I used to just firmly believe in not harming a single soul, or living being. So I used to be like that, and that's what our discussion is kind of going to be about as well. Is how that has changed and why it's changed, what different beliefs has come in, and what I believe now. And yeah, the topic mainly is going to be about eating meat as well.
Yeah.
Because that's something that we're investigating and exploring.
Yeah, we're going on a bit of an exploration on whether it's, I guess it's fundamentally like, is it our right to be involved in the death of another life or the taking away of another life? Whether that's eating meat, killing ants, killing the rat in your house. Like, is it more like how good is it on our? Is it good for our soul and karma to be taking life? And my viewpoint, because I have eaten meat for years, like I've killed a mosquito, like do you know what I mean? I'm not like I'm not like crazy about not killing things because I've eaten meat. But in my recent readings and just my recent exploration of like pranic healing and the Essene Gospel of Peace and all this, all that, I'm finding a common factor of people and teachings suggesting that you don't eat meat because it's dead and eating death brings death. And also just saying, God has given God has given everything life, and it's not, we shouldn't be then, I guess, taking that life from the thing that it was given to by God. So that's like what I'm playing with at the moment of like, we've sort of stopped eating meat recently, haven't we? Apart from the very odd, like
Adana kebab.
Yeah, the very odd. But we've been like, we've been much more like, we used to eat meat all the time, but we've been much more like trying to go
of it.
to not eat meat and just seeing whether it's just good for our bodies, but also whether it's better for our soul. But like you said, you're going through a little bit of a seesaw.
Yeah, only till today, which is what this situation has raised within me, is a question of kind of where I'm at Like, do I, deep down, am I, you know, is that my morality, just killing ants for my own comfort? And yeah, just that situation between you and me today has just raised that question, like, kind of, where am I heading, and it's made me reflect on how I used to be and how far I've kind of moved away from that, and why, I guess I did try veganism when I was 18, 18, 19. I think I did it solidly for a year. I don't think I did it properly. I just literally just cut out anything animal related, and I did wither away a bit. Um, Low mood, low energy, was very skinny. Um, so that was a kind of negative experience of it, even though I was, really proud to be not adding to the abomination of how animals are treated in the meat industry. So that felt really nice to be separated from that. And I was putting the animals before my own self. That's what it felt like. So I came from that, and then I carried into that. I moved out to Australia, and I was pescatarian. I'd eat meat occasionally, but mainly strict, either vegan or pescatarian, and that served me all right. And yeah, throughout the years of I've been here 6 years, and throughout those years, I've just my exposure to the grotesque nature of life, that side of it, that I've seen some horrific videos online of human death and accidents and animal treatment and hyenas eating animals alive, whereas lions, they suffocate the animal and kill it first, then eat it, but hyenas just go in for it, they don't care. So it's like there is this like animalistic dark side of nature that I've been exposed to and kind of like accepted as part of the whole, and then I've kind of embodied that myself. So we're above animals, so we can just eat them. They're there for us. We clearly can eat them. They feel great to eat. Like, my body feels strong and well nourished, and a lot of other people feel the same. But now it's come to a point where I'm questioning that again. It's like a cycle is repeating, and I'm questioning that side of myself. I'm seeing both sides, and I'm just caught in the middle. I'm just like, what do I do? You know?
Mm.
So yeah.
What do you do?
We've got to figure it out ourselves, really. I think we should give it a go because Lucy is reading the Essene Gospel. That's what it's called,
I
right?
am reading the Essene Gospel.
Explain a bit more about what that is.
Well, it's like a sort of lost way of living from the Bible Jesus period. And they sort of talk a lot about how to live, eat, all that, treat Mother Earth, treat the life that's there, um, and yeah, the Essene Gospel suggests that you shouldn't kill a living being and eat it, and it talks about how the the energy of death, if you eat death, it creates death, which it's hard because with the nature of the vast amount of information that we are constantly receiving from social media, you will find people thriving on every diet you could think of. There is someone out there who's thriving on every diet you could think of.
Yeah.
And so because you're exposed to so much of it, you just have no idea what it is you should do. I've been exposed a lot recently to people that are eating, carnivore meat diets, and they look great and they say that they feel great. You also will get people that are not eating meat, and they look great and they say they feel great.
Well, there was a correlation of the Essene Gospel and pranic healing as well,
Yeah,
of like life force
yeah,
energy.
yeah. Life
where
force, and masters of pranic healing, they don't eat meat.
exactly.
You've got yogic teachers, they won't eat meat. You've got monks, they don't eat meat. You've got there's loads of traditions that wouldn't eat meat because they are of the opinion that you're eating death, and also you're contributing to the suffering of another living being.
And what does that do? Yeah, what does
And
that
what
do
is
to
what
your energy?
yeah, like what
how
are we
I've been
doing?
experiencing wanting to kill ants.
Yeah.
You know,
How does
like
that feel?
has my meat consumption and the contribution to that the animals dying, that death,
Yeah.
has that affected me? Have I kind of brought on that energy where I just think killing ants for no apparent reason,
Yeah.
just for my comfort, just not have them by my head, just killing
Yeah.
them, killing
Yeah.
life. Has that led to me wanting to do that, eating meat?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't, because like my opinion of the ants is like, when me and Ryan were on the phone and Ryan was like, I want to kill them. They were like eating this piece of brownie that I left out for them because I obviously gave them some food. And I was just looking at them, and they're the tiniest little things, and
They are incredible.
I just think, what harm? What what harm are they doing? Like, there's literally no. They're just coexisting with us.
Yeah, they're not doing any
They're
harm,
not
are they?
doing
But
literally.
they're
I
not.
mean, wow, we've got a bit of ant in our coffee. Like, it's not like. Well, for me anyway, it's like I'm not finding it that big of a deal. Yeah, the thought of being like infested by ants when I'm sleeping doesn't feel good, but that's not actually happening
Yet.
yet. So and even if that does happen, they're such small little chickers. Like, no harm. It would only just be, psychologically uncomfortable. So my opinion is like, there's literally like no reason. Like, they're just not doing us any harm.
Yeah.
So that's where we differ.
So it would be interesting to give meat a break and see if my life force energy comes into play where
Yeah.
I'm transcended into
Yeah, I mean, we have
heaven.
been, not eating. We've massively reduced our meat
We have.
intake,
We have.
which I haven't, felt low energy or anything.
I felt my knees aching.
Mm,
My knees, like my joints in my knees. I noticed that when I
mm,
did give it a break. I don't know how many days we did it, but I remember like going to work. I think it was after a fast too.
mm.
Going into work, and usually we eat meat every lunchtime. And my bosses were like, "Well, you're not getting vegan." I was like, "I'm just giving it a go now." Um, and yeah, I did notice my knees were like playing up. And funny enough, you made that mincemeat dish, and the day after that,
Mm. Your knees were
my knees were
fine.
fine. They were genuinely fine. Like, I'm not making this up. Could be coincidence, but I just read that pattern as
As a
as
sign.
evidence.
Yeah, I mean, there's no denying the plethora of evidence that suggests that meat is good for you. And I think, quotes that I am obviously noticing that I'm on the side of not eating and you're on the side of eating right now. We're like having a little moral debate. But, I think meat is good for the body. I think it's beneficial for the body. And I think it's like maybe a question of, is it good for the soul? Is it good for the spirit and the karma? More so than is it good for just the physical manifestation of the body? what is it doing to your energetic body and your relationship with the world
Yeah.
and the things that live on it with you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, because if you look at this is what we were speaking about earlier as well. I just made this correlation where it's quite accepted that we eat animals in the whole world, mainly in countries like China, Russia, and America, England. These big powerhouses of military and war, they all eat an insane amount of death when we look at it that way. And not only that, but the animals are treated horrifically in most cases, where their lives are completely minimalized, they're abused, and that will transmute onto you, I believe. Their fear and their unfair, the way they've been treated will just be passed on. You're consuming it, you're literally eating it and funding it. And it's interesting, like, yeah, all this consumption of meat and death and all this war and this animalistic approach to life, is it coming from eating death?
yeah,
Is that's the energy that's being mustered up,
yeah, and
Whereas if we stop that,
you
will
think
everyone
about
just
how
chill out?
people view like the lives of other humans, in warfare, they're not even really
Yeah.
considered.
Yeah.
And it's the same like type of energy of like, and in a sense it's almost playing God. I'm going to decide whether you live or die or not,
Yeah.
rather than actually being like, that's
Let's look after.
God's energy. And
Mm.
That's not so much our energy to have authority over. And it's the classic of love thy neighbor as thyself. And although you can obviously put a distinction between animals and humans, but I feel like acting from a place of pure of love and coexistence, it does, for me it feels better for my body than a energy of like, get out, I'm going to decide that you mean nothing, and for my own benefit I'm going to take your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But all saying that, it's a journey that we're still on. We don't really know the answer yet.
Yeah.
And we might stop eating meat and a year later be like, shit, we don't feel good. What is this saying to us? Or we could, who knows? We don't know what's going on. This isn't a case of we know whether you should or shouldn't. It's more a case of we're exploring how it feels.
Yeah, like we just want to notice the difference, give it a go and notice the difference, how good it feels.
Yeah.
And kind of make that judgment for ourselves.
Yeah. I think it's also important to note, this is like a little, maybe a topic in itself, but the energy that we get in our bodies, food is not a primary source of energy. It's a secondary source. We get like animals and plants get energy from the sun, the earth, water, and we then take that energy as a secondary source. But we also, our primary energy sources are the sun, water, and earth. So that's also important to know. I think that's changed my relationship with food in the sense of like, it's not the be all and end all. What you eat is not everything. It's actually how well can you get energy from all those other sources as well.
I guess we're not set up like that. I guess we are set up to get all our energy from food.
Exactly. Like, why aren't we standing barefoot in the sun and taking really deep breaths?
Winter's
Winter's
our
why.
excuse right now.
But that's what I mean. Like, maybe if we did that, we would feel much more energized. And actually, the factor isn't necessarily are you eating meat or not. It's are you getting
sun
all the
exposure,
energy.
you outside, getting fresh air.
Are you
grounding.
tapping into all of the energy
Eating
sources you
fresh,
can.
organic fruit and vegetables grown locally with
love.
really beautiful soil,
Yeah.
and you just yeah.
Food isn't the whole picture when it comes to energy. It's actually not the whole picture at all. And
Yeah.
actually, how they do say that when you stop eating meat, your vibration rises, and therefore you are able to transmute energy from different sources better. So that's an interesting.
Yeah, you did a 7-day fast, didn't you?
I did a 7-day
I did a
fast.
3-day fast towards the end of your fast.
Yeah.
And it was surprising the amount of energy we had.
Yeah, it was.
The amount
It
of
was
energy you had
surprising.
was nuts.
Yeah.
Like we were still
Like
walking
I was
about,
still
going on
alive, yeah.
walks. We weren't obviously doing intense exercise, but
No.
for like our soul and just everyday experience of life, the energy levels were up there.
Yeah.
And the way they were pretty high.
Yeah.
They were pretty high. So that's interesting.
Let me have a look, see whether
What?
this is still even recording, because I just have a feeling that it might have even just fucking stopped. No, it's still recording. We're coming up to 30 minutes, which I think might be a good
Yeah, that's a nice.
a good time to close out.
So yeah, episode number 1.
That's a discussion.
That's a little discussion about what we're going through right now.
Yeah, just our exploration. If you have any insight or opinions, feel free to leave them below. Subscribe.
Yeah, go on, subscribe. If you really
Subscribe and
enjoy this sort of
like.
chat, we got heaps coming. Heaps more.
We've got fucking heaps coming because we fucking love a chat.
We love a chat, and yeah,
We love each other.
we love each other so much. And it's interesting what we're doing right now. I can't believe we're actually fucking making podcasts. What? What?
So cute. I love it.
Same.
All right.
Right, ciao for now.
Ciao.
And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Bye.